You're listening to Lobo News. Welcome. It's the Monday show, and we've got a show for you. Just a few minutes of your time and get the updates you need to know and feel confident about your gaming news. And here we go. All right. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It is Monday, February 23rd. What are you doing? I know what I'm doing. I'm giving you guys the news. As much news as I can. Because I love you guys. And I know you love me too. All right. Let's get into it. All right. I know everybody is just wondering. You want me to keep that music in the background a bit? I don't know. We'll just keep it tiny bit in the background. Maybe you guys can hear it. I know I can. All right. Top news right now. Call of Duty Black Ops 7 is dominating sales charts in the U.S., beating out Battlefield 6 on PlayStation in January 2026. Though Battlefield still pulls big numbers across the platform, expect huge hype for Grand Theft Auto 6, with the release date widely noted for November 19th, 2026. We'll believe it when we see it, right, guys? Still one of the year's biggest potential blockbusters if it delivers on scale and features. Lots of anticipation around other 2026 titles like Resident Evil Requiem, 007 First Light, Wolverine, and more as the year unfolds. Now for industry shakeups and company moves. Ubisoft restructuring and layoffs. Ubisoft is in a major cost-cutting restructuring mode. Recent layoffs hit 40 developers at Splinter Cell Remake Studios in Toronto. And the company has canceled multiple games and delayed others as part of its restructure. Ubisoft's reorganization splits work into creative houses focused on core brands like Assassin's Creed, Far Cry, Rainbow Six, etc. But layoffs and closures continue across locations. Microsoft Gaming changes as well. Longtime head of Microsoft Gaming, Phil Spencer, is retiring after 38 years, marking a leadership shift at one of the biggest players in the industry. Microsoft's acquisition of Blizzard, a $75 billion deal, still impacts library consolidation and strategy. Though gaming revenue dipped recently and Xbox's hardware sales are down. In Sony unexpectedly shut down Blueprint Games, a studio known for acclaimed remakes, which disappointed fans and sparked criticism over direction and priorities. Sorry about that, guys. And in other industry trends, layoffs are still a thing. The game industry has gone through waves of layoffs and studio closures over the last few years at major companies: Microsoft, Sony, Ubisoft, Electronic Arts, or EA, often tied to restructuring and shifting priorities. Steam and the PC scene. Indie games like Schedule One show how viral hits driven by streamer and community buzz can top charts and surprise big publishers. And that was you guys. You did that. Now for predictions and big topics. GTA 6 could influence pricing trends. Discussions suggest AAA games might push costs close to $100. They're testing now how players will pay for big open world experiences. The industry is in a period of consolidation and experimentation, with subscription models like Game Pass, live service cloud gaming, and cross platform content, with winners and losers emerging fast. Personally, I can't stand it. I want better games like we used to have. Let's just have fun again, right? All right. Now, let's think some other things. Will the GTA 6 live up to the hype of one of the most anticipated launches ever? If it flops, the narrative could shift dramatically. Now let's think about that. Everybody wants it. I mean, we've got memes, we got this before, GTA 6. And I almost wonder if people are just like, you know what, I don't even care at this point. Because, like, it's got to be hitting some people. They're just like, I don't care anymore. So we'll see. I think people will care. I think people will do it. And I think people will cave into what I believe they're doing, which is going to be ID scans, facial recognition scans to know that you're old enough to play the game, which is just insane to me. It's not the government or the company's responsibility to keep kids away from games. It's their parents. That's right. It's you guys. That's your responsibility. So, and I don't think anyone's like, hey, you need to keep our kids away from the games you make. It's more like, we got this. If my kid wants to play the game, I'll let him or I won't. So that's kind of how things have always been done. It's kind of awesome like that. All right. So now on to another one. Ubisoft's strategy pivot is controversial. Canceling beloved titles versus focusing on yearly blockbusters is divisive among fans. Yeah, we want our great games back. We don't want these whatever is going on right now. I'll try to not get into it too much. But whatever they're doing now is not working. We don't want it. We don't want it. Microsoft's layoffs and leadership changes contrast with its massive acquisitions. Its scale hurting creativity. Is scale hurting creativity? Now, of course it is, because they bought everything up and then they're firing studios. And likely what it is this was their plan all along. This is like, put on the tinfoil cap for me. Maybe I'll do it in the video. Um, Basically, what we're doing right here is I think that this is a whole push to completely get rid of computers because they don't want people talking to other people, even though they want people talking to other people in the video games. They don't want other people talking outside of arenas they can control. So they're pushing for everything to be so expensive that you have to rent a computer through Amazon, basically. Or, you'll just get an Amazon keyboard with your Amazon TV, and that's how you'll use the internet from now on, which is just insane. So, the prices of computers have gone up, the prices of RAM, GPUs, all this is going up because of this push for AI, which nobody really wants. Nobody wants it to replace jobs. Nobody wants it to um, tell them what to do or really run their day or any type of thing like that. They want to make movies for themselves. That's what happened. Once people realized they could do their own thing, it freed them up from the horrible woke crap that was everywhere. You know. So moving forward, I think they're going to try to stop that. They don't want it to happen. They don't want voices to be heard. They want your voice to be heard. They don't want my voice to be heard. So that's why you've got to like and subscribe. That's right. Hit that button. You like that? I just threw that in there. It felt like I was building up to it, but I wasn't until right then. All right, guys. We got one more. Sony is closing trusted studios like Bluepoint, and that fuels the debate around the focus of live service and curated single player games. Nobody wants live service single player games. I know, like, people are like, oh, but I want to buy all this stuff. Well, what used to happen is you used to play the game, and then you'd unlock it. And that's all you do. You just play the game and unlock all your stuff, and then you could show it off to all your friends. Look what I did. I put in so many hours that I unlocked this. Boom. All right, folks. I hope you enjoyed this little tidbit. And I will be doing it again on Fridays. Leave notes. Let me know if my voice is annoying, if you think it needs more or whatever or less. Leave it in the comments. All right, guys. Have a wonderful day and a wonderful week. This is Wolfie signing off.